Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Today what we're going to be doing is showing you two installation methods of knotless braids. Look at a clean scalp. Now, knotless braids have been around for a minute, maybe 2 years now, maybe a little bit more. So we've gotten the general basis of the basics of it. So what I'm showing you today is how to incorporate more hair into your plait without it looking too awkward or too thick. Sometimes I've seen where you want a thick plait or a thick braid at the end product, but the person's hair or the part is too small, or the hair that you're attaching it to is too thin for the amount of extension that you're adding to it. You're gonna see here where each part is equal, but the outer bands or the edges of her hair that were at the back, the edge of her hair, it's gonna be thinner and less dense than the amount of hair in the middle there. So in the middle here, I'll show you how to do a regular installation. Your 3 parts in which you divide by 3. You start the plait, and then you add your first piece, cross over your second piece, cross over again, then add your third piece, and then you'll be plaiting regularly and tucking. Tucking is important here, especially because we're working with hair that is not our client's natural color. You would have to tuck in general, but it's easier to spot how tucking is done, being that they're two very contrasting colors. And tucking is always important because it's not a protective style unless your natural hair is covered. If your ends are out, they may end up dry and brittle and break off, and that's not what we want. So as it relates now to adding the same amount of hair that we've pre-sectioned to a portion of the hair that is now thinner than the middle, what you do is you spread it in 3, but you place the first extension on top and then continue to plait, and then you continue the plait as you naturally would have previously. So that's the second piece, then the third piece, and then you plait normally. So what you see there is that it doesn't affect the integrity of how a knotless braid should look at the start, but you're able to add more hair. If you had added it the regular way, the most common way that we did before, a thicker piece of hair on a smaller piece of hair, maybe you've experienced it, it would look very awkward. So it's between that, or I've seen where persons, they split up the amount of hair in their plait to about 5 pieces, and then the top is thin, and then it ends up into this fat braid. That may be some person's preference, but I find that to be not so pleasing for myself, and so I'm offering an alternative. So here we are again. Split it in 3 equal parts. Place your first piece of hair on top of the second piece, or the second section, and the third section. Hold it there on top of the third section, then you hold all the two both together, and now you're braiding with the 3 sections as you normally would have. To confirm that it's tight, it's tightly incorporated, you pull that third piece of hair in. Then we add the second piece. Still checking if the natural hair is to the root. Then the third piece. And you'll see there where the extension is thicker in comparison to her natural hair. So you can't get too crazy with it in terms of the amount that you can add. But this changes how the beginning of the braid looks. Then you continue to plait it all the way out. See, I just added a piece of hair there where necessary to make sure the braid's thickness is consistent. Tune in to part 2 to see how we got these hot water curls. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.